Well, guys, 5 minutes each for fighting!
All right, welcome. Episode 3 of 3 Hell. Getting started here. I am Nolan Rasmussen, co-host Caleb Crouch. Crouchy, how we feeling today?
Dude, I'm feeling great. I am feeling spectacular.
All right, we're jumping right into the guest segment today since just because why not? Today's guest, very special, very near and dear to me and Crouchy's heart. She's native of Candy, County, Minnesota. Pretty sure, I think that might be right. She the mother of 4 children and many Warhawks. Whether that was as a host mom or just as the owner of the farm. She's Crouching as former billet mom and the queen of the former Wilmer farm, the one and only Chandie Kraus. Chandie, how we feel?
We're feeling amazing, boys. It's good to see you again.
Great to
Always,
see
always.
Always. Best part, staying in touch with you guys.
you. Yep. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, don't worry. I still have coffee in hand, so we're good.
Oh, good. Yeah.
The mom feel mug, so
Yes. We got the mom mug.
yeah.
Love that. Still kicking with the coffee.
Didn't Sabo have that sitting in his room for like 2 months or something?
Yes, literally.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
did. I was like, where'd it go?
Didn't he have every form of cups, plates, forks?
Pretty much every dish in the house was in that room.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, where is all the silverware and cups and plates? Well,
gone.
You get plastic. Yeah.
We lost this.
He had a tower in there. He had a tower in the room.
You lost your ability to have real plates and stuff.
Yep.
Oh, Lord.
Andy, does it feel weird not being in Minnesota anymore with the farmhouse? And
it does.
On?
It really does. I miss the boys. I miss the hockey end of it. But we're loving Texas. I mean, we have 0 snow.
Yep.
Lucky. I have not put on a jacket all year long. It's been glorious. And honestly, good, it was a good move for our family, and that's ultimately the end. But oh man. Yeah, good paying jobs. I mean,
yeah.
That's basically why run for the money, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But, man, I miss you guys. I miss the chaos and the crazy and the absolutely insane.
Always.
And the drama.
Never a dull moment at the farmhouse.
There really wasn't. It was always, Monday through Friday. I mean, stupid stuff would happen all the time, but Monday through Thursday was always really, really quiet.
Yeah,
and then
we're always gone.
Friday, Saturday. Well, even everybody was home. We just cook supper and do our thing, and there wasn't really a lot of pressure.
Yeah, just kind of laid back and relaxed type deal.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, always.
So, what do you want to know, boys?
Razzie, what you got? I know you got something.
I don't know. This is a pretty impromptu episode. We just recorded. Was it yesterday, 2 days ago? So
it was.
Yeah, we kind of
yesterday.
Didn't have much chance to drop some questions, but you got a favorite memory from hosting either of us, or one from each of us in particular?
Cocksucker, you stole my question.
Was there a question?
Oh, man. Before I get to that, why don't I explain exactly what or how long we've been doing this, and
so actually,
where
the
farm started from. I mean, we can get to you guys. Don't get me wrong.
It's funny you say that because I had that as my question: is when you started and
when did we start? We started, let's see, 7-8 years ago. So we had the first year we started, I believe, was 2019, give or take. We had 2 players, Andrew and Logan. And my daughter, Layton, was playing hockey at the time, and they were looking for a place for billets. And we had an extra room, so we're like, sure. And then we got one, and we got a goalie, and let's get real. He was from Canada. Weird. Goalies are always weird, but I love them. So much ADHD.
Yep, they're always very odd.
Yes, but they're really cool people. And So from there, it kind of spiraled. And so after Logan and Andrew had left, we took a year off because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it again, because that first one, the first ones, when they leave and get traded, and it's heartbreaking, and it's hard for the kids, and it's hard for everybody in the family and to readjust. Well, then came COVID, and no one would take players. Okay. Yeah. We had 6. Oof. Yeah, we had 6 guys in the house. And honestly, it was a blast. We had a kid from Slovakia, North Dakota, and Maple Grove, and just all over Princeton. So we, Hermantown, a lot of Minnesota guys, but we always got the international kids. So don't know why. But those are really when the farmhouse started, was COVID, because no one could go anywhere. So we all just hung out in the barn or in the shop. And we had a kid from Germany over, and it was the team, because they couldn't go anywhere. They couldn't do anything. So they'd come and play Pong over at the house, and, Chell tournaments, and, I'd catch a couple of, it wasn't just one. We ended up having like multiple nights, and they'd come to the kids' birthday parties, and we ended up having a really good relationship. We'd sit and always have the table talks, which, come on, boys.
Yeah.
And that's really where, that's really where it started, is just this closeness with the players and the team and everything else that surrounds that billet lifestyle. And since then, I probably in 8 years had over 150 players through my house. So, and that's in between tradings and, getting cut, or them quitting, or, there's just so many dynamics. But to be honest with you, I keep in touch with a lot of them still to this day. I mean, not just you guys, but the first ones to the last ones. I mean, we still, even the ones that got traded they were there for 3 minutes, we had one year that we went through 15 players in a month.
Oh, geez.
And
that's crazy. That's a lot.
It was hilarious, because at that point we were just taking bets on how long they'd stay.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just the attitude of the farmhouse. It was the attitude of the players. And so they'd either get injured or traded or just leave. It wasn't for them. Any 3 wasn't for them. So from there, you guys were, Raz, you were my last. Dude, you survived.
What's that word? The penultimate farm kid? Look at me.
You were the ultimate farm kid. You lasted. You were my last one.
Way to push through, baby. Way to push through. Proud of you.
It's an award in itself. Yes, hands down. Favorite memory, Caleb. How many times? Probably how many times I had to put you in your place, as far as, you're like, I'm so done with this. And you would just, be so down. And I'm like, sit down and shut up.
Yep.
You're paying to play. What can you do differently? Work harder, quit bitching about it, and let's go.
Always.
So many times.
There wasn't ever a moment that.
It was like, what are you doing, dude? You have an opportunity that no one else has. Pull your big boy pants and let's deal with it,
Like, figure it the fuck out type deal. Yep.
Right.
I remember that.
And Raz. I think my favorite memory of you, just in general, was watching that last lap and you just realizing that it was from when you came to the last lap of, your hockey career as an NA3 player. I think watching the growth was really, really cool. is watching you find your voice, find yourself, and just realizing in general of, and that was the coolest thing was I got to watch these kids for a short time find themselves within hockey and finding, you got to a point, Raz, where it wasn't fun. Yeah. You were really struggling. Yeah. And you found your voice and found your fun again at the end, So I think that's the cool thing is just being able to see that growth within you guys. And even now talking to you going, you're in college. And, I talked to one of our other guys it's his senior year. And I'm like, I'm not getting older. So I don't know how it's a senior year of college. And I'm like, how is that even possible? It's only been, and they're like, Chandie, it's been 5 years. And I'm like, well, I know, but you shouldn't be a senior in college yet,
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. You should be showing up to my house and a chicken being thrown in your car. Meh. I have a question for you boys.
Uh-oh.
What is one thing the farmhouse taught you?
To not be a little bitch.
Yeah, I would agree. That's a pretty good answer.
Yep.
I love it. Well, life's not going to be, life was never going to put a silver platter on your plate. Yeah. So how you deal with those emotions, and especially being away from home, and, it's okay, we got to grow up now. And that was always what I tried to instill is, hey, you guys are playing hockey and it's the coolest thing in the world. But how are you going to deal with the issues that come up, and how are you going to deal with, how to communicate right, and, those things, and that no one's going to do it for you. You got to do it for yourself.
Yep. 100%. Well,
a lot of good life lessons from, especially towards the end of the year from your last year. And I'd be like, oh, this happened, that happened. You'd be like, what are you going to do about it? And I'll just be like, I don't know. I guess I got to figure it out. So just not complain. And I think we had the whole team over at one point towards the end of the year, and you kind of told us to figure it out, stop losing games, and at least put a little tiny bit of effort in to make the playoffs. And
the church, the church talk.
I don't know if it was even church. It was just quasi church, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it was our version of church. It was sit down and you're going to listen, and you're going to get motivated, and you're going to stop whining about what you can't do and start accelerating in what you can do. Honestly.
True that.
Well, it's very much a mindset, hockey in general. And, you guys coming from all different walks of life, coming from all different areas and different levels of your life is a huge thing. And then you throw in the dynamics of the team and everything else. And my biggest thing through the whole 8 years was always never click up, because you're stronger together than you are separate. So,
100%.
yeah, who knows?
Not wrong there. A lot of life lessons from the farmhouse, a lot of life lessons playing junior hockey, that's for sure.
Juniors, honestly, just even in hockey in general, just teaches you many great life lessons, just how to be a man, how to deal with adversity, how to, what are you going to do when something doesn't go your way, and how to bounce back from that. I think that's, one of the things I'm very grateful for, not just juniors, but hockey in general is, giving me the lessons in that.
I love that.
And you grow up quick. You mature a lot quicker than you think.
I'm 20 times more mature than, I'm the only freshman on my team that played juniors. It's not a knock on any of my teammates, but it's just I'm so much more mature than pretty much all of them. And we have one goalie who's 23 who played up till through his 19-year-old year of junior, and Nick Refine, who's Crouch played with in Atlanta, is on my team as well. And
what a guy, what a character.
Yeah, he's a good cat. He's funny kid, but he's typically the guys that play juniors are significantly more mature than the other guys, and even the people I have class with, I'm just like, you guys are just like darts. Like, what are we doing here? You guys, like, it's just weird being like 3 years old and all of them. Like, I was always the youngest kid in my class for every year growing up, and now I'm probably the oldest person in my entire class at the school. So I think I know I'm the oldest out of all the hockey freshmen. So because there's I think one other is an 04, but he had college credit, so he's technically a sophomore. But yeah, I think that
Yeah, I feel old as shit on my team right now because I'm literally 21 and we've got to kick at 16.
You are.
And I'm like, dude, this feels weird. It's just weird because I'm like looking back at it, I'm like, yeah, I used to be 16 at 1.2 in the same position, same league, same team.
Mm-hmm.
So weird now, but
yeah, I was
it is what it is.
my roommates call me Hunk because I'm so old.
Yeah, no, dude, I get called Hunk every single day when I go to the rink. It's actually unreal. Makes you feel older than I should.
Yeah, we used to have a running joke. I'll just call them Hunk back. I don't really know why, but I just kind of started because the kid I was living with transferred out this semester, and he was like a little more mature than all of us. Just like he's got damn near a 4.0 GPAs, trying to go to the University of Michigan. He's in community college right now, but he's trying to go to U of M in the fall. He's really good GPA, really good student. He's always studying. There were days he would skip practice just to do homework or study for a test or something like that.
Academic weapon.
Yeah, kid. He no, seriously, he is. He would do that on occasion, and he was just a lot more mature in that sense than the rest of us, and then the other two just one of them has a niche, so we call him Monk just as a result, and then the other one we just call Monk so he doesn't feel left out. But yeah,
Nah, there's
Well, at
one
least you're
day.
keeping up with the nicknames. That's a good
our group chat's called the Unction, so
I like that.
yeah.
I like that. I can't make that group chat because I'm the only one that's too fucking old. So, I mean, it was bad one day. One day I go out to practice and my coach is like, "It's like, you feeling okay today, old man? You look a little bit slow." I'm like, "Fuck off." He's a beauty though. He's just a great guy, full of jokes and just fucks around with us all the time. So, but yeah, no. And then the next day, I looked pretty good apparently. And he's like, "Wow, you look young. You look like you're 16 again." I'm like, "Dude,
Off the Russian gas.
huh?"
You're off the Russian gas.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You seen that story on Chicklets and Whitney's talking about it? He's like, I took this IV. I felt like I could play in the NHL again. The next day I don't take it. I'm back to feeling old.
Yep,
It's
just beauties over there.
yeah.
Oh, boys.
Good times. Yeah,
Great times. Great
farmhouse was a blast. Miss it.
Was
Speaking
it?
of farmhouse, shout out the thing behind you that says farm. It's a great
Good.
thing.
Shout out
Zane got that for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zane's parents got that for us.
Really?
Yeah. How many guys do you actually think have been over to sign the garage? How many names were on there?
Well, there was a lot.
One was up there handful or once, and then we'd always write other things on there that probably should not be discussed.
So to explain what we're talking about is we took our garage doors or our shop doors that we had, and the boys every year whoever came over would sign the door. So there was times that they would beat granite and it would get signed. There was times that they went to playoffs, it would get signed. So I ended up it's two, I still have them all. They're down here actually now, but it's two stall doors on a garage that were top to bottom all black, and it was just all names from all over the place, and definitely fun to look back on some of those now and go, oh Lord, how we survived. I don't know. It wasn't uncommon to have multiple kids like crashing at our house. Doc and his
I was just about to say that.
Doc and his couch. And Colby, shout out to Colby, Biscuit, and there was just always someone at the house that didn't live there. No, had his own billet. It didn't matter. IT. I mean, all those guys were. They would just come, and I think we always left it as that house was an open door policy for the kids. It was never, you were never turned away. You were never like, if supper was ready, come on in, come and eat, Um unless you're Sabo. Is supper done? No.
Going to be food.
Is there going to be
shit.
food?
I wish I had my headphones with me right now, but they're in my room somewhere, but I don't want to go get them. So.
Yes, the headphones.
Yeah.
Oh, gotta love the headphones. But yes, it was always Raz in his headphones. But it was always an open door policy for the players. It was always if you need to talk or vent, and come on over.
Yeah.
We'll sit down, we'll chit chat.
Can we tell the Quick Trip chicken story?
Oh my God, go for it.
Yes. Tell it.
Oh,
This is officially why I cannot eat chicken Alfredo anymore. Or part of the reason. Because this crazy thing happened. This exact thing happened to me last year, also from chicken Alfredo. So food poisoning, if you ever had that, it's not very fun. So Shady makes us dinner one night, chicken Alfredo. I'm like, great. Like, my favorite kind of pasta. I had 2 plates of it. It was really good. About an hour later, I'm like, wow, I gotta poop really bad. So I'm in the bathroom. I'm like sitting there for a couple minutes. I'm like, oh, this is coming out the other way. Nice. And so I puke it all out, just pure undigested chicken Alfredo, filling up the toilet bowl. I think I maybe puked 2 or 3 more times that night. And I don't think I went to practice for like 3 days.
Sure did.
And I got like, I don't know if it was food poisoning or just the flu, but I ate some chicken Alfredo and got sick the next day this past season too. Which unfortunately sucks because that was my favorite kind of pasta. And now I don't know if I can eat it anymore.
It's just gone forever.
Yeah,
So
good list.
I was
but
working
the
late.
chicken yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I was working late and just went to Quick Trip to get one of the rotisserie chickens to just throw into the pasta and call it good, and boop, done deal. And yep, all of a sudden everybody's getting sick from it, and I was like, well, that was a good run. We're not doing that again.
Sabo didn't have any, and he was the only guy that didn't get food poisoning.
Yeah, and it could have been the flu, but
Crouch had to take him to practice the next day because you were like the least sick out of all of us.
Yeah. I still was like feeling like absolute trash, but I was not like Razzie, so I thank God for that. So it was not good times. Good times.
We really, really, really got to give a shout out to Leach, though.
Yes. Leacher.
Leach.
That good.
Leach.
What a guy.
I know. Did I ever tell you when he flipped his car?
I think I saw a picture, but you sent it to the group chat the one time.
Yeah. So he's coming back from, I think they were in Mason playing, and he came back from Mason, and all of a sudden I get a phone call, and it's like, 1:00 in the morning. And all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I flipped my car. And I was like, wait, what? He goes, yep.
Just really nonchalantly too.
Just nonchalantly. I'm like, are you hurt? Or do I need to bring you to the hospital? And he's like, no, I just flipped it. You want to come and get me? And I'm like, should we call a tow truck? I mean, what should we do, my dude? And of course, he's from Alaska. So his parents are like, he calls his parents, and I'm like, I'm going to get him right now. Not a big deal. So we went in, and I picked him up, and I'm like, are you sure you don't have to go in? And he's like, no, the snow just pushed me right there. He hit black ice and fucked his whole car. And I was like, oh, okay, buddy. So we had that hauled to the tow shop, and then, he lost that one. And he had just gotten it at the beginning of the season. And it was like, I want to say 4 months in, and he flipped it and rolled it.
Remember the night where Cam got in the little quote unquote fight and like said he was leaving? Do you remember that? Can we tell that story too?
Yes. Yes.
So I was sleeping in Cam's room for the weekend because Leach had his girlfriend over, and I didn't usually get like super hammered. I don't drink hardly anymore, but at the time I used to, and it was Tyler Michalek's 21st birthday, so we were having a little party for that. We had some jungle juice that was maybe a bit too strong to not have mixed.
Dude, don't even
Unfortunately,
talk
I'm all
about
up
that
to it.
Java juice. I was not going to touch that thing.
No
Yeah.
one touches
Y'all
Jumbo
fucked it
juice.
up really bad.
I have
And
never
so,
ever bought, just a heads up quick, never ever bought anything for anyone.
Truthful.
So where you guys
it's
got it, no idea.
We
Shady's
found
just
it
the
on the corner
host.
street.
She is not associated. She's just the host.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
just found it in a dumpster one day and we're like, yeah, let's take it over. So
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go in the shop.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Kidding me? Anyways.
But anyways, so I had some of that. I had a couple other beverages that I was not legally allowed to have at the time, unfortunately, or I'm not going to act like we haven't all done that. So
Yeah.
I can say
Hold
that
on
on
that
here.
from time to time.
Yeah. Anyways, I was going to bed for the night and I'm laying there starting to fall asleep. Cam bursts in the door. Dude, I'm quitting. I'm going home. And he starts grabbing all his stuff and puts like half of it out in the hallway. And next thing I know, it's Chandie, Fields, Homer. I think it was just them three and myself or Cam are in the room. And Holman, Fields, they were trying to talk him out of leaving, and he was just like, "No, man, I'm leaving. I'm done with this place. It's just terrible."
He was
And
hard
then
set.
what even happened with the fight? He was just talking back
So-
to
He was
someone
running
else.
his
So
mouth.
I was, I mean,
Yeah.
I was there for it. It was just like talking shit to this one kid. This kid was giving it back to him, and then next thing I know, I turn around like they're both walking outside. Like, take it outside, take it outside. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I walk out there, and I'm just seeing the whole thing unfold. And I'm like, well, I guess you guys can work it out this way. So I just like said whatever, and then after that, the whole thing happened upstairs. So yeah, no, it was interesting.
Yeah, it was a
No.
former player too that just
Yeah.
came back for the weekend or whatever, and Cam was
Ah.
just running his mouth that he probably shouldn't have been. And
Yeah, that shit happens.
Or shit, Crouch, were you there for the "Don't touch my glasses" incident?
Yeah,
Do you remember this one?
I was in fact there for that.
Yeah, we were just it was like me, Zane, Scott, J-Mac, Cam, I guess Crouch was there too, and we were all just
I was like
we were
right
all
outside the door when it happened. Bro.
me in Leach's room, and Cam said something to me, and just to mess with him, I would like touch his glasses. I moved him like maybe slightly off his face, not even at all where they're gonna break, nothing like that. He goes, "Hey," and winds up. I just kind of turned. He just punches me in the back. He goes, "This is your warning. Do not touch my glasses." And we all just lost it, dying laughing at it for a couple minutes. I'll probably put the video in editing right here, so it's
Just for
people can
fun.
actually see it and hear it. But
yeah.
Warning to not touch glasses.
yeah, it was great. This is a very, very funny incident. Yeah, it is. I remember the morning after Cam said he was leaving, I woke up, I was like, "Hey man, why is all your stuff in the hallway?" I remembered I was just messing with him. He goes, "I don't know."
Yeah, he had no clue, dude. Because I asked him the same question. He's like, I don't know how this got out here. I was like, nice.
nice.
So just grew legs and walked away. Now Cam's a good guy though. Good guy. Funny
We
guy.
had do you remember the big bonfires out in the snow
Always.
in the field
Mm-hmm.
or out in the pasture,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And Homer one night was running and it glazed over like straight ice, and I was watching him, and he took off running like he was Mach 90, just ate it against the barn, and he stood up and he was like, "No one saw me." I was like,
Make sure
Homer,
the coast is clear.
"Oh, saw that dude."
Caught you on that one, red-handed.
Caught you on that one. I slow your roll. And then we had were you guys there when Jake Hazu kicked out we had a couple people come over that weren't supposed to be there.
Ooh.
And it's surprising, right? And the puck bunnies. Gotta love the puck bunnies.
Yeah.
And
Always there.
So we had rules that there were always there were certain people that couldn't come at all. They banned. Very, very extensive, heavy rules on, if you did drink anything. You weren't allowed to leave. You got to stay on the floor. Don't care where, just in the house or, So we were very, very, very strict on everything, like watching and making sure that, otherwise you guys honestly would have probably just gone in a cornfield somewhere and done it anyway. I mean,
yeah,
the thought of NA3 players, period, not doing anything wrong ever. I don't know what bubble those billets live in, or, but
what are you talking about? We're all angels. We don't do
I
anything
We're
wrong.
all just perfect little
Yeah,
children.
yeah,
exactly.
Never
that's
hurt a
it.
fly.
Yeah,
No, I know what you guys do. You were actually my better bunch, like not as rowdy.
idiotic. Oh,
Yeah, not I wouldn't say you were still idiots, but
well, yeah, always.
I mean,
but, like, I mean, still are.
you didn't push the limits like probably prior years.
Right.
And see how far that they could push before I'd lose my top. But yeah, they escorted that person out, and Jake was like, "You can leave," and he's like directing like an airplane traffic controller, but he's
Yeah.
literally dressed in full on Carhartt bibs because let's get real, the shop was cold until it warmed up,
Yeah.
until you had 50 billion people there.
Right.
But it's the dead of winter. What do you do?
Exactly.
Do you remember
And then
last year when Kai kicked out all those Somalian people that just showed up?
yes, I'm like, what?
Yeah. I think
Guy's
I
like,
told the story on the
Shitty.
first.
I was like, what, Kai?
I think I
How
pretty
are
sure
they
told the story
here?
on the first episode, but yeah.
We did, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
There's just some rando group of Somalians that showed up. We have no clue how they found the house or the party or anything.
It was very exclusive, though. It was, mostly the hockey players. It wasn't, of course we had, the Halloween party or whatever,
Right.
but it was never like out of control. It was just the hockey players. But I honestly, I firmly believe that that also made you guys a lot tighter.
Yeah.
Smart.
100%.
As a team in general, it made you bond off the ice and realize that y'all are pretty much the same, in the same situation doing, I mean, I think a lot of you got closer
Yeah.
by being able to hang out outside of the rink together as one. Even if you didn't really like that guy because you didn't have a chance to get to know him normally, I think it forced you to get to know the people better. I don't know.
And then that's what it is anywhere else too. It's like you got to bond off the ice and not just on the ice, because then when you're off ice, you just don't even know what to do. So it's just it's definitely
Right.
a way to do it right there. So.
Well, yeah, it's definitely somewhere.
Yeah.
You gotta find. Yeah, they don't. I don't know if there's anyone that's really doing that anymore. Like I'm seeing more of the teams like just not, and I'm not saying that there isn't. I'm just saying they're probably not. Wilmer just had this thing where it was family, man. It's right or die. I mean, my daughter got married to actually a Warhawk player, and honestly, his pretty much whole groom side and ushers and stuff were all former players. And we had so many come down to just go.
Yeah.
We're just like, all right, this is pretty epic. So it's a lifelong thing when you're billeting, like you two still talk, you're doing this together. I mean, it's a lifelong thing. And people don't realize how small that hockey community actually is.
Yeah.
Like,
Group.
and it's, oh, did you know so-and-so? Oh yeah, they're playing in, so-and-so league. Like I had one guy who they were asking about a player to him, and he's in New York, and this other player is, I believe, in Michigan or somewhere else. And he goes, do you know how to get a hold of him? He goes, nope, but I know who does. And he calls me up and I was like, yep, here's his number. I mean, it's just so close in who you play with, and the 6 degrees of separation really isn't 6 degrees of separation there.
Yeah,
You know,
there's always some dude. It's like, oh, I used to play with this guy, or yeah, I play a U16 with him, and you're like, yeah, I play with him in junior, and it's just like you already always know someone. Like, there's a kid obviously I already mentioned him, but Crouch, I played with him in Atlanta. I play with him right now. There's a handful of guys who like, oh, my buddy's playing in Sheridan right now. Like, oh, I still know like 2 or 3 guys there, and the guy who's their assistant coach was on the team when I was there, and like things like that. It's just like it's such a small world, and especially in juniors and individual leagues in particular, like the NA3, and everybody kind of knows everybody, and
yeah,
you can, there's always, hey, do you know so and so? Yeah, I do. I love that guy, kind of thing. Like,
yep.
Did you know that the farmhouse has gone? The people that have been to the farmhouse has already gone, it's all the way up to like who's been to the farmhouse ever is to NHL players and Euro players. Like the farmhouse has been people that have been to the farmhouse. Yeah, some of the kids play in or are NHL player. Some of them or NHL drafts. And then the Euro guys, we have 3 of them that play actual pro in Europe. And so I'm like, that's pretty cool though, that, those guys are, and they were just babies. They were just babies.
Yeah, one of your old goalies was friends with Faber, right? They were like childhood friends.
Yeah. They played hockey together.
Yeah, it's actually cool that he's been to the farm. Even the Minnesota Wild know about the farm. At least one player on the team does. So.
Well, he's heard about it. Faber
the NA3 and the NHL.
Faber wasn't.
It's the same thing.
His buddy was there, but the NHL player that was there, that is not Faber. Faber's best friend was there. He actually lived at the farmhouse. One of his friends that he played hockey with. So to correct you, the player that has been there, and I probably can't say the name of him.
Respectfully.
So yeah, I don't want to. I'm not going to out the NHL player kid, but yeah, he's on the door. He signed the door, so I'm like, yep, we're up there.
Chandie, you're acting like this is like the Epstein files or something. That's just the farmhouse.
This is kind of the Epstein files. I can only give so much information about.
It's the Chandie
files. It's the Chandie files, and it was never like safe sport crap. It was just always stupid crap you guys did.
Yeah,
like Jake Hazu rolled my son's tractor down the driveway, or not Jake, it was Tanner Hallett, like decided that he was going to fly that sucker down the driveway and ate it. Like, I mean, these are the stupid things that when Cooper came to the house the first time, little Jamesy, yeah, beauty. He was raised with truck driver and hockey players. What more do you need in life?
Right.
He learned a lot, but he took a chicken and shoved it inside a Cooper. Now Cooper's from the cities, and he shoved a chicken inside his car and was like, "Hi, I'm James. Here's my chicken." Boop, and Cooper's like, "Hi, you know, you have
what do you even do?"
Moving to the country. And that was a shell shock. But he goes, most of the stuff I've learned in life has come from there.
Yeah.
You know, and Crouchy.
Yes.
I love you, honey, and I know you're sheltered.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't a rat. It was a mouse this big.
It's the same thing, and it scared the shit out of me. Okay, I was ready to go to bed, and I
this big, Crouchy. This big.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
I'm telling you, I saw it with my own 2 eyes. Okay, and it's 20/20 vision eyes over here. Okay, it's spectacular.
Had 40 acres of field around us. That was it. And I said, when you guys moved in, the first thing I said when you guys moved in, I said, don't leave your food around. because what's going to happen?
First
Yep.
off,
First
Dabo fan,
off,
not mine.
it was
I don't wanna hear
Sabo's. European
Anyways,
kid.
So, to turn the
All
page a little
Sabo.
bit here, because we could probably talk about the farmhouse all day until
Okay, let's go.
tomorrow. Just want to talk about how man camps are a complete fucking money grab and a joke. First of
Ooh.
all, the touchy topic for most people because they think it's the greatest thing in the world.
Yes, and they need
But
them,
It's
but
an
they're money
absolute joke
grabs.
of money grabs. Yes, exactly.
100% money
So,
grabs.
Yeah, give me your thoughts on that real quick, if you have
Oh,
any.
Lord,
which I'm sure
I'm
you
going to
have a
get in
lot.
trouble.
Yeah, whatever.
I
You don't go for the
know.
Bucks anymore. It's probably fun.
I know, right? It's we're a done deal. Here's the thing is I understand you need really good players, right? On your
Right.
team. And I understand that's where you find a lot of your talent.
Mm-hmm.
I also fully believe it's just money grabs because you're going to play and are you signed? Are you not signed? Is it a way to look? They're already scouting like the whole season for the next potential trade or if they can get an upcoming high school student to come and play from them for the next year. Okay. Are you going to find talent? Probably. There's probably some guys, but the majority of the guys that come to, like, you guys have both been to main camps, right?
Right. Yep.
How many of those guys have committed to your main camp that you are currently playing with now?
Good amount.
And they're not cheap though.
Never are. They
And
never
it's
are.
like
Always like 450, 650, somewhere around there.
yeah. And don't get me wrong, the NA3 in general is very pricey.
Yeah.
Is it an experience? Yes. I firmly believe in it 100%. I do. I believe that the kids that have an opportunity, I think the expectations though of those kids coming in and what the reality is are two different things.
Exactly.
Okay. So if coaches would be like, hey man, this is probably not going to be a D1 or, D1 top scholarship program where you're going to get a full college ride.
Mm-hmm.
But this will give you an opportunity to be seen by other colleges. Yeah, then that. But we had so many kids come in and be like, I'm going D1. I'm going D1. A handful.
Yeah.
100%. But to be honest with you, Acha is now currently actually picking up more speed than, anything else. Like watching it, it's getting super crazy.
Yeah, a little better hockey to get to rep for, I would say.
Yeah.
Even D3, it was, it's one of the lower levels of college hockey, and it's a lot better than I was expecting to be coming in the year. I was expecting, to, be like playing like a average men's league team of guys who, stopped playing after high school kind of thing. And like,
right.
There are, a couple teams that are like that. And, granted, I do play in the best conference, and, pretty much every team in our conference is top 25. If they're not, they're top 30. And like, so there are, a handful of teams out there that are literally just like playing men's league teams, but like the top teams, Oakland University's D3 team has like 4 or 5 guys that play tier 2 junior. Why they're playing ACHA D3, I don't really know, but I feel like they could be playing a little bit higher than that. But like, there's some teams that would shatter guys' expectations, and not trying to say it's, gross hockey, because at the end of the day, it's really not. But yeah, I think it's
ultimately.
Yeah. And I'm still playing too. It's better
than,
exactly. Lines or whatever.
And ultimately, everybody ends up in the beer league, even if you're the greatest of the great.
Yeah,
that's true. At the end game, but ultimately, if you're looking at the main camps and stuff, if you look at it as a business aspect, which it is, I fully understand, but understand that's exactly what it is, though. Don't go in with the high hopes of I'm going to be on the starting lineup because I went to this main camp or they saw me here, yeah, you'll probably get more exposure, but understand it is what it is, and that is a business. Ultimately, it is a business.
Right. And even going to main camps and stuff, like sure you're gonna be able to see the competition you're going up against and seeing guys that are in the NAL or, NCDC or whatever league you're trying to go up to. But, the reality of it is if you don't know somebody in that business, it's probably not gonna work. You
Yeah.
gotta know somebody that knows somebody that can get you to the next level. And
Well,
even
and
like go ahead. Yeah.
or how many guys have you seen that have gone up to the NAL, practice on your teams, okay?
Mhm.
Practice for a day or two and come right back.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
They
many have
just
you seen that have stayed up there?
it's very rare that you
One.
see it. Yeah, exactly. And it's
150 players.
even like tenders. If you get tendered anywhere, sure, does it look good on social media? Does it look good for you? Does it, do you feel good about yourself? Sure. But you go there, like my experience was I got tendered to Philadelphia. And I go there, like, hey, come out for the main camp, get you skating, get more eyes on you. Sure, yeah, let me head out there. I go out there. I think I was like probably 17 at the time. And I go out there, and at the very end, he's like, "Yeah, you're just too young for us right now. Like, we don't need a young guy out here and playing on our team." I'm like, "Okay, so you just wasted, a bunch of money, either traveling, hotel, whatever it is, to come out here and say we don't need you." And it's even the fact that when I went out to Johnstown and practiced with them for a week, it was like right after our season ended, they're like, come out for a week, see what you can do. I was like, all right, cool. I thought I did pretty good myself to be competing against those guys because they were pretty damn good. They were quick, different pace and everything. Again, right at the end, like waste my time in a shitty place, Johnstown, and middle of nowhere where it was cold as fuck. And again, you're just not, you're not there yet. You're too young right now. Just give it a little bit of time to develop. Like, just if you don't know somebody, it's just not going to work. That's the reality of it, and that's the shitty part of it. And I learned that
Even
the hard
tier
way.
three, yeah. Even tier three teams, some of them, like in Junior Bruins, all of us were told we were playing Premier. Every single guy was like, "Yeah, you're signing for Premier." Like
Yeah,
this, that, whatever. We go to the main camp. There's like 10 teams, 15 guys each, and it's like, okay, there's like a chance you could, maybe make NCDC. And I did really well at the main camp. I had a hat trick in the first game, and granted, it was against, not the greatest competition. And second day, we played what was pretty much their NCDC team. We got shelled like 14-3, but -9 that game, by the way. Um,
had a boy
yeah.
showing the talent right
But
there.
yeah, yeah, going in the year, and there were a few red flags I ignored with that team for sure. There was one where the guy signed me, and I was like, all right, my advisor's like, ask him what you need to work on prior to main camp. So I text him like that exactly, and he goes, just no response, just crickets. I get nothing. And then at camp, I actually introduced myself to the guy in person, and he's like, "Yeah, we'll be calling everybody pretty soon. Let them know their result." And I'm like, "Dog, you signed me. Like, you feel like you should like know my name,
Yeah.
very least." That was like red flag number two that I ignored.
Yep.
Get there first day. There's 35 skaters on the ice. It's a 25-person team, so 10 guys are getting snubbed. And like, we get out there. I was just kind of like, whatever, if they don't want me, I'll just go, to a team that actually does. And like, did pretty well in the tryout. And then I was playing a decent amount. I was on third line. Then, first couple games, I didn't play good. I got scratched a couple times, and I ended up getting hurt and came back. I asked to play a couple games on Elite to kind of just get my feet back under me, and maybe I'd probably get back in the Premier lineup. He said, "Yeah, you'll be back in the Premier lineup no time." And I get going. I'm doing pretty decent on the Elite team. That team was just terrible too, which didn't really help, but
Yeah.
did about as good as I could for how bad that team was. And there was a point on that team I was like number 7 or 8 in scoring, and I had played 5 games, and everybody ahead of me had played 20. So like, just kind of show you how like little they scored on that team. There's one of the kids I was living with was told he was on Premier, and he got put on a lead full time, and um, yeah, so he got scummed there, and I think that one of the other kids I was living with ended up going back, and he quit hockey as a result. And then there's one who's playing HD1 in West Virginia now, but he was the only age out of all of us, and I think the other two kids just had a bad experience their first year junior, and I was like really glad I found the Warhawks, and I had absolute blast playing there. They were a complete 180 from that organization, and I think that there are a handful of teams like that, like Wilmer, where it's everybody's a family, and it's really, if you find a team like that, it's makes your experience so much better. A great billet family does the same thing, and like I always got lucky. I always had really good billets, especially Chandie's family. But what?
Brown nosing. It's good.
Yeah.
No, we
Yeah.
loved
Yeah,
having
well,
you guys.
Yeah,
even
yeah, you guys
even
were always great.
even like to kind of wrap up on this topic too, like when I got invited to Shreveport's training camp, it's like it goes, level one's a pre-draft, and they get invited to main camp. There you go, level two, and then level three is a training camp. That's the closest you're gonna get to making a team in the all. I accepted that offer. I was like, sure, let me come out. It's like they're like, yeah, it'll be like a week training camp, and we're gonna cut, and then another week cut. It's like a whole month or whatever. It's like, all right, cool. I go out there and we get there. Obviously Shreveport's pretty small. Small city, town, whatever the fuck it is, small, whatever it is, right? And so we get there, they put us up in these really shitty hotels. One night I wake up and there's a big thing of ants in my bed, which was not a great thing to wake up one night, and then just like a bunch of roaches and shit. Just that the rooms were horrible, first off. So that was number one, just fucking me, right? And then I get there, show up, and we were all talking and stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's like 110 guys here at training camp. I'm like, the odds of making it out of week one is pretty slim right now. And like, mind you, half the time, like, it was 115 degrees at that time there. Like, it was one of the hotter months they've had there. And we would be outside, at noon, running sprints at 110 degrees and doing their in the workout facility, which was like a cargo container. So there's no AC, nothing. Like, there's a small fan. That was about it. And it was miserable. And obviously, like, I got cut, right away because it was just the competition, was solid, but then at the same token, it's like 110 guys you got to beat out for a month straight. Like that's fucking hard to do. So it's just like you got to kind of, pick and choose, and I guess whatever, your heart's set on, fucking go for it. But you just got to really pay attention.
Pre-draft camps
do
are
your,
a different story.
do your homework as well.
I went to one pre-draft camp in Janesville when I was after my U16 year, and I did an all combine because I thought that was something legit, and then I get all these null teams flooding my email, and I'm like, wow, I'm really popular. I didn't realize these are all just complete scam jobs. And I had all these going. I was telling people I was getting these like camp offers, and like ended up going to play Janesville, and I did all right the first game, played terrible the second game, and played pretty solid third and fourth game. Didn't really get any points or anything, but played like solid hockey, not nothing special, but had a next interview with the coach, and I actually introduced myself to him like going in. He like actually remembered like who I was, what team I played for, all that. So that was at least a good start. Lenny Child's the guy's name is. I'm not really sure he's coaching on now. He's a great dude though. Shout out to him. But yeah, he was a great guy. I know I had a little extra. He just obviously didn't end up getting the main camp invite, but I kind of laughed there. I was like, that was kind of scammy and whatever. And I don't think I ever did a main camp or anything like that afterwards. And
Gotta learn the hard way sometimes.
Yep, you do.
Shitty enough, but that's just how it is.
I do think main camps, if you actually have a shot to make the team, are worth it. And
absolutely.
obviously it's sometimes you want to bet on yourself. Like there's nothing wrong with like going out and trying and seeing what you can do. It's like
exactly.
Oh, absolutely not.
There's and obviously it looks good on a NA3 team resume if they move a kid up to the null. And there's obviously a ton of kids who are probably a little bit too good to be playing in the NA3 who just aren't quite good enough to play in the null. And like there's that kind of fine line there, and it's a lot harder of a jump to make than people think it is. And
just be picky.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Just be picky when don't just jump to them all. Just be picky on what set your goals, and with those goals, what do you want to see for yourself as a player? How do you want to grow, and what's going to be the best fit? Those are the camps you go to. Those are the ones that, you just don't. I've seen so many kids just hop, and instead of doing that, sit down and really say, hey, hold up. It's not just a chance. Where do I want to put all of my energy? And that's where, where do I want to put the energy? Where do I want to put the money? Where do I want to put my time? And if you can find those things out, dude, you're going to be solid.
Golden. Yep. So, all right. Well, Razzie, you got anything else?
I don't think so. Shandy is probably gonna wrap her up here. Got any final shout outs you want to give? Any people you want to say hi to? Anything like that?
Oh, my crew. Come on now. Definitely the sixth round draft pick.
Yep.
Shout out. Great group chat.
Yeah, every year we would I'd make a group Snapchat just to yell at everybody, and every year it'd be the round draft pick. So 1st through 6th.
There's 7th round draft picks.
There is a 7th round draft pick. It was you.
Yeah. It was me, Crouch. I think like little James is in that chat, I'm pretty sure.
Little James is in that chat room. Yes, he is.
He is.
I love
shout
it.
out 6th round draft picks. Shout out the farmhouse. Shout out the Little Warhawks.
Many memories.
Shout out Coach Reuter. Shout out my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Shout out my parents. Shout out
Shut up,
Shout out America.
Shout out America, sweeping the gold medal. It's our game now. And shout out to
Absolutely.
Diesel.
All right, boy. Anytime, I would be very glad.
Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yep.
Anytime, boys.
Well, it's going to wrap her up here. Thank you for listening. For those who did, give the show a rating as long as it's a good one. Send it to your friends. Give us a follow. All that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Thank you for listening. This has been episode 3 of the 3 Hell Podcast. Thank you. We out ya.